What's good, y'all, man? We're back again with another video, and today we are here to talk about the NBA Finals. Listen, we have two teams that are on the verge of winning their first championship. We have offense versus defense. To me, I feel like this is a very exciting series. It could be a blowout series, and I mean, it could be a sweep or a 5-game series, or it can be as long, 6-game series. I don't see it going 7, but very excited to talk about this series. So, OKC versus the Pacers. Obviously, this is offense versus defense. Probably, if I'm not mistaken, the best offense in this playoffs and the best defense in this playoff. Where I want to start at, obviously with the major thing is OKC defense. I feel like for India, this is by far the best defense they're going to see. By far the healthiest defense they're going to see. And for them, they like to play fast. So do the Thunder. For them, they like to hunt mismatches. I would say the Thunder probably have one, and that's Isaiah Joe. And it's like that's like the weakest defender. That's like you're the ugliest bad girl in the world. Like, he's not a bad defender at all. He's pretty good, but when you compare him to the Caruso, Dort, Dub, even Shea, sometimes like it's no comparison. So they try to hunt him. And what you're gonna try to hunt that with Shea? I mean, with Hallie? Okay, they're cool with that. You're gonna hunt that with Andrew Nembhard. They're cool with that. They kind of thrived off of going after mismatches the whole playoffs. Where in the first series you can go after Kuzma, you can go after Brook Lopez, Damian Lillard, any of the guards that the Bucks had. Just the Bucks in general. They did go at Giannis at times, and at times it worked, and most of the times it didn't. So they went at everybody that series. In our series against the Cavaliers, they went at DG, especially when they realized he could not move. They went after Ty. They even went after Jared Allen. They went after all those guys. And in the last series, they went after Cat. They went after Jalen Brunson a lot. You really can't do that with OKC. There's no guy you're cool with going after. Even iHeart can slide his feet, and he's pretty good on the perimeter. Chet, same thing. J-Dub, you want to stay away from him at all times. Shea, you probably want to go after him because you want to make him tired, but then again, that's not a mismatch, and that's what they've been trying to do. They've been trying to hunt mismatches. That's not a thing. So, my whole thing is, in the half court, I can see a guy like Hadley struggling because if you're not able to get out on transition, and I think they will. I think OKC can turn the ball over a decent amount. But if they're not be able to get out on transition, I think Hallie's going to see a lot of half-court offense. And he's going to have to score off a lot of that. Because the thing with his matchup is he's going to obviously get matched up by Lou Dort. Probably the best screen navigator we have in the league. And if he does get caught on the screen, it's going to get caught as an offensive foul because he's one of the best. And it's not a negative thing, but like he flops and make the screen look like a legal screen a lot, and he gets a call. It's kind of an art. He's been doing this since he came into the league, since 2019, 2020. He's been doing it that long. So it's going to be a lot of one-on-one with Hallie. And then even if they do, they're going to blitz Hallie. And they're comfortable with fading off and helping off guys like Andrew Nembhard and Aaron Nesmith. And those guys, at times, this playoff have looked unstoppable and the ball has touched nothing but net. But as of late, it's been a little bit up and down. So that's kind of scary for Indiana, but they're going to blitz Hallie, and we've seen at times that's kind of been hard for them. Another thing they're going to do is they're going to press him. Lou Dort's been pressing all playoffs. I don't think Hallie's seen press. He's seen it with Max Strus. That's not nothing. You get him with a crossover, you're good. Now you're walking up half court because he's going to play off you. No, Lou Dort is going to be under you for 94 feet. Mikal did that in Game 4. I mean, Game 5, my fault. Mikal did that in Game 5 and it worked. Didn't do it the whole series though. Lou's going to do it the whole series. When he goes to the bench, Casey's going to do it the whole series. When he's in foul trouble, Alex Caruso's going to do it the whole series. So Hallie's going to have to find a way to get involved because when he's not carrying the ball up the court and when you have him make him give up the ball before he crosses half court, that kind of fucks up the whole offense because now you're playing one-on-one. And even if you're not playing one, now you're having Andrew Nembhard having to create. Who is he going to get guarded by this series? Most likely J-Dub. Good fucking luck, my boy. So, yeah, even if he's not getting guarded by J-Dub, because I had to think, iHeart's probably not going to start. Who is Andrew Nembhard going to get guarded by? Alex Caruso or Cason Wallace. So, again, good fucking luck, my boy. So, it's just like they're comfortable with everything. And then when you get down to the Pascal, I had to talk with my friends about who's going to be Pascal's matchup. At first, I was thinking they're going to be comfortable with Chet, but then I was like, nah, they're not that. If it's me, I'm not starting Chet and iHeart, even though I think iHeart can dominate this series. I'm not starting both. I would start Kaysen or Caruso. I love Caruso coming out the bench, so I will most likely start Kaysen. So most likely Pascal Siakam's matchup is going to be J-Dub, and I feel like he's comfortable with that. And I think in order for Pascal to win that matchup, he'll have to do what Julius Randle would have to do. And that's having an elite shot making series. You see in game one, well, the first half of game one, it looked like Julius Randle was winning that matchup because he was hitting all his shots. But that turnaround shit trying to back me down, no, that's not working. And like I said, they're comfortable with healthing off because they can recover like that. It's nothing to them. This is not no slow-footed Cavaliers, no slow-footed New York Knicks team. No, this is the best defense we probably have ever seen in our life. So they're gonna help off. I don't know why people are talking about they're not gonna help off their shooters. No, they will. They don't have to, but they will, and they will just get back into play right away. But they're going to be comfortable with leaving J-Dub on the island, and Pascal is going to have he's going to have a great shooting series, especially in the post and the mid-range and all that. He's going to have a great shooting series. Not a lot of back to the basket. It's got to be one dribble. It got to be quick because they're going to come. Pause. They're going to come and they're going to probably force a turnover. So, and even if they don't, like J-Dub, I'm so comfortable with that matchup. I don't think he could bully him strength-wise like Julius or Aaron Gordon could have, or at times they did. I don't think he could do that. And shooting over him is going to be hard. He has a 7'2" wingspan. It's going to be hard. So, for the Stars, this is why, like, this series is so hard for me. Because for the Stars, like, I feel like OKC is made to shut down a lot. And if you're not a dominant force like a Giannis or like an Embiid, and this is not to call Jokic not dominant because we all know he had a pretty mid series. Like when he's not a dominant force like this, pause where it's like at all times. That type of player, I don't think they have nothing to do. I don't think they have nothing to stop that. Like if they was to go against a Shaq or Giannis, I think they would fucking dominate like the whole series. If they're playing the Halliburton and Pascal Siakam, they're comfortable with that, bro. And this is going to be a big series about the others, in my opinion, because I don't think the Stars are going to be. I don't think they're going to be terrible, but I don't think they're going to be that good. I think they're going to have very off and on games, like that game 5, I believe, from Hallie, where he had like 6 or 8 points, something like that. It's going to be a lot of those. That game 1 from Pascal, where he's pretty mid, it's going to be a lot of those. But it's the others. Is the Benedict Mathers going to hit his shots off his open shots because they're going to leave him open at times? Same thing with Aaron Neesmith, Andrew Nembhard. Is he going to be aggressive? Is he going to be the first 2 rounds of Andrew Nembhard and not the last one when it comes to scoring? Obi Toppin, is he going to hit his shots? TJ McConnell, is he going to get locked up? Is he going to get 2 feet in the paint? Because at times he's going to have to be their best playmaker because I think Hallie and him play make very differently. And he, at times, can look like a more... I don't want to say a dominant playmaker, but like a more effective playmaker because it's getting 2 feet in the paint. It's very hard to stop him from doing that. And when you do that, you have to collapse. And when you look collapse, that's when all the shooters become open. So is he going to be able to be effective? Because he's going to have to face a hard matchup with Isaiah Joe, Aaron Wiggins. He's going to see a lot of matchups, so it's going to be kind of hard for him. But off defense-wise, I think this defense is meant to shut down a lot of offenses. And I think if you don't have a dominant force that can bully them, or there's no way to stop them, like a KD, a Giannis, or a Kobe, or a Shaq. Like if you don't have that, it's gonna be hard. So it's gonna be a lot of relying on the others. But I don't think this is gonna be a series to where like they're just gonna dominate. Like I don't think it's gonna be 4 or 5 games. The 4 wins are going to be blowouts. I don't see that. I see a couple being blowouts. But I can see the Pacers sticking in there for a little bit because I just think they're not here for no reason. Like, of course, the first 2 series they faced major injuries, and they were lucky to get past those injuries. That's no disrespect to them, but that's just the truth. Dame was out, and then he tore his Achilles. And he came out. He came back, and then he tore his Achilles. It's not even trying to deny that win, but that has to mean something. Then the next series, DG was hurt the whole series and he missed the first 2 games. Evan Mobley, DeAndre Hunter missed the second game. They won those games. Like, don't want to deny that series, but it matters. But they beat this Knicks team, and a lot of people had them standing a chance against the Knicks. I mean, a lot of people didn't have them standing a chance against the Knicks. I didn't see that. They're here in the finals for a reason. Even if our guys did get here in that second round series, it shouldn't have been as dominant as it was. They're here for a reason. So to talk about things they can do to make it hard, I think Aaron Neesmith on Dub. I don't think it's gonna be hard for Dub, but you never know. Like, I'm a Dub stan. That's my guy. I've been here from day one. But like, there's some times where he's gonna have an inconsistent game, and Aaron Neesmith is that type of defender where he can make it gritty. He can be all up under you. And Dub is not the type of player that creates space in every one of his shots. A lot of his shots are going to be tough. Well, you're going to be guarded by Aaron Neesmith. A lot of those shots are going to be tough. Pascal is obviously going to be on check. He can rough him up a lot, especially when it comes to offense. But he has to be on tech. He has to be all up under check, because that's when he's having his bad games where he's pretty uncomfortable. The shooters have not been shooting. I believe they were one of the best shooting teams in the regular season. In the postseason, they've been one of the worst, bottom two, bottom three. They've been that bad. But like, it's also a thing like, what if they remember how to shoot? That it just becomes a blowout. But the shooters have not been shooting pretty good. So you're going to be able to double on Shea, double on J-Dub off the drives. But I think they can kind of counter that with guys like with guys like Casey Wallace and Alex Caruso. Aggressive they've been attacking the paint and getting open shooters or getting to the rim and getting feeding to the bigs. I think they can counter that. I don't think you can go to a big. I think I don't think you can go to a zone. I think OKC has figured that out. I believe that Nuggets series, as soon as they won that Nuggets series, I was like, yeah, they won the championship. As soon as Game 5, as soon as I seen Shea figure that out, it was kind of written in the stars, like they were going to win the championship. Because in my opinion, that was the only thing holding them back, seeing that type of defense. As soon as they figured that out, it was over. So I don't think they can run that on them. But I do think they can speed it up. I think in transition they can kind of get them. Because as we've seen in that Nugget series, they kind of struggle guarding that transition. And the Pacers are one of the best transition teams in the league. Especially left, they're the best transition team. So they can make it hard for them. But, man, I didn't even say his name yet in this whole video. But Shea can average 35 to 40. Like, I think Mark, in my opinion, is going to be a time where he's going to realize, yeah, I got to strengthen this rotation and this whole, because I believe this whole playoffs they've been playing 10 to 11, like, and they can do that because they have 10 to 11 damn near starters, so they can do that. But like, I think at some point he's going to be like, all right, shit, yeah, you're going to have to give me at least 38, Dub 38, yeah, like I believe that time's going to happen, and then at that point Shea's just going to dominate. But I do think they can pick on Shea on the other side. I think Hallie and Andrew Nembhard can attack him. Probably won't end up with a lot, but like, just to get him tired, because he's the engine. If he's slowing down, they're gonna slow down as a whole, unless J-Dub hoops like he did the last series and the first series. But I don't. The title of this video is gonna be titled, "This series can go one of two ways. One way it can be a 4-game blowout," and I don't want to say I'm leaning that way, but if you're feeling that, I would not agree with you, but I would understand you wholeheartedly, and I would be this close to agree with you. But the other way is, it's going to be a tough 6-game series, and that's what I want to see. I think, just because I'm just going off history, they've been doing it the whole playoffs. I think the Pacers can get one on the road. I don't know about game 1, but I believe they will get one on the road. It's about that home, because OKC, their bounce back game is crazy. So it's about at home. If they can get another one at home, but if they can find a way to go up 2-1, I think they can pull it out. But if they don't, they're down 2-1, or if they're down 3-0, it's fucking over. Like, if OKC gets a game lead after game 1, then yeah, it's kind of over. Because it's just like, they seen it all. Last year, they seen the heartbreak. This year, they seen the game 7. They seen how to get past the game 7, how to get through that. They seen J-Dub have a bad series, then go over to have an elite series to show why he's an All-NBA All-Star player. They seen why a lot of people are so high on Chet, but they also seen the series where he's pretty mid and pretty bad. They've seen it all. Shea has been in the series where he's had the first 9 games in the playoffs where he wasn't Shea gilgeous-alexander, and then the last 5 or 8, whatever it's been the MVP, been the best player in the playoffs by far. They've seen it all. So I don't think it's something Indiana can do that can, like, I don't want to say scare them, but like worry them. So I don't know, man. I'm kind of going all over the place for the series because I want to have appropriate fear for the Indiana Pacers, because I believe they got here for a reason. I've been singing the Pacers praises since January. Like, they've been very good, And I know it's going to be a lot of revisionist history because I know a lot of people was like, oh, I can't wait to the Celtics and the Cavs Eastern Conference Finals. A lot of people felt like that. Not a lot of people was talking about the Pacers. I've always felt like the Pacers were scary. That's why I didn't want to see them in the second round, because I felt like that was going to happen, and it happened. So out of having appropriate fear, I'm going to say OKC in 6. But I'm going to do the same thing I did for the Knicks Pacers series. I would not be surprised if it's a dominant 5. But if it goes to 6, that's what I see. But if it's a dominant 5, that's what I really want to say. But that's it, man. I don't know anything else I can say, man. I feel like I covered everything else. Like I said, it's going to be a lot on the others because the stars for the Pacers. It's going to be a hard series for them. A hard one. And then on the other side, I believe Shea's going to dominate. I think the way Dub is playing, like, I think last series and then going to the series before that, Game 7. After that hurdle, I was like, because like, bro, like, what is the hardest thing to do? And that's to win a Game 7. And he went out and dominated that Game 7, and then dominated the series after. So I don't think he's gonna be flustered, because I ain't gonna lie, I have my own questions. Even as a fan, I have my own questions about him in big moments. And then he went on and had that dominate Game 7, and then dominating the Western Conference Finals, like. And then Chet, the way Chet played. I think Chet can attack Pascal at times, but I think Pascal can make it hard for him if he's gritty. One thing I want to say before I end, Jarris Walker being out 2 games is going to hurt, because I feel like in the minutes I watched him play for the Pacers against the Thunder this season, I feel like he's pretty good. I went back and watched a few of those 2 games. He was pretty good. Just that body, being able to guard Shea, being able to guard Chet, Dub, all them guys, being all over the place, and then also being able to hit a 3-point shot. That's going to hurt for those first 2 games, because I feel like Obi Toppin is going to get his ass attacked, because he is trash on defense. But if he's hitting his shots, then he's going to be able to on the floor. But if he's not on the floor, you can't go to Jarris Walker. You can't, because he's going to be hurt. The ankle sprain is bad. I wouldn't be surprised if he missed the whole series. Like, that was one of the worst. I never felt like looking at an ankle sprain until that one. That one in Lonzo's from 2019. That's some real ankle sprains right there. So I don't know, but yeah, OKC in 6. Want to say 5, but out of respect, OKC in 6.